It is 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. Friday. It's Friday. Don't worry, guys. Although Friday stinks, it'll be Monday soon. And everybody loves Mondays. I'm kidding around, guys. We can enjoy. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Why is that thing up? Here, let me close this stuff. So the views expressed on Hake do not represent Hake or Bond or JLP or Anchor Baby. Oh, that was me. Terrible. Okay. And so take everything that you hear, think, see, read, interpret, imagine, surmise, logically come to some conclusion with a grain of salt. I wonder why this is like this. It's crazy. Let me just go over here. You see this? What in the world? Let me go out. Control 0. Control. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, I suppose. But take it with a grain of salt, guys, because it's not that serious, you know? It's not real. So, pardon the noises. And you don't know what I'm talking about. And sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. The info may be false, okay? It's important to remember that. And a lot of you guys just swallow up false info. I got a comment yesterday from one of my sometimes callers about, I feel like the JLP network is underread about Israel. And yesterday's show had nothing to do with Israel. But I guess it may have been like the Epstein thing. I guess. I don't know. I suppose I better not, come to think of it, I suppose I better not speculate. Although we do speculate sometimes. Speculation is sometimes a spin. But I don't know that there's any valid, confirmed Israel connection. Like the Chinese connection. That was the original name of Enter the Dragon or something like that. The Chinese connection. It's a better name for it, right? I, too, am Chinese. So, I don't know. Call me, I guess, but I remain unconvinced. Just call me ever incredulous Michael Tracy. I feel like I know plenty. I probably know more than you guys about Israel. Without it, although I have never been. Well, some of you guys know more, but sometimes you guys know theories that you think you know to be true, but you don't actually know them to be true, but you think that you know them to be true. You're convinced. Crazy. So, anyway. You're welcome to call in, 888-775-3773. You're welcome to Super Chat. buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. Buy Me a Coffee does not take as much away from what you donate. But you're welcome to Super Chat even on YouTube or wherever you like. On YouTube, it's fun, okay? It's fun. People see it. I see it. I read them. I read the buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. But it's chill. And so I like that. Thanks. Israel, whatever. You guys are way in your heads. And I get it, but I get it. Focusing on one thing or another seems all important. How come you're not talking about this? So, anyway, it is Fob Friday. But that doesn't mean that we'll play the Chinese music necessarily. But it is the A.J. Gallardo original theme song of the Hake Report. So anyway, everybody, let me just make sure that this is correct. Yeah. Get right on with the show. Look, Anchor Baby flying out. This was months ago, okay? April. Show!
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Oh! Hey! You guys! I hope you're enjoying the AJ Gallardo original theme song.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. I have my Anchors Away t-shirt. It's a pocket tee, but it's not a useful pocket. You can hardly get your fingers in there, although Artie Art might tear it out or pretend to try. Nice. I wanted to get right over to a, oh, here, let me do this. I wanted to get right over to, no, I don't want to do that. To a call or two here as we're getting going here. I do have some interesting news for you. But Terri from Oregon is on the line here. Terri, thanks for calling. What's up?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, Hake.
You're welcome.
Oh, I realized this has been something going on for a while, but I hadn't really seen you talk about it. And it's not the first time I've called in to talk about Candy Owens and her messy ways. So I wanted to know if you had any opinion or take on her coverage of Charlie Kirk's death and her investigation into that.
I don't really know what her take is. I have seen little clips and snippets of Alex Jones style speculation. When I say Alex Jones style speculation, Alex Jones is a competitor of mine, and he may make a claim about, for example, the Sandy Hook thing. And a fair-minded person will be like, well, he's just speculating. He's admitting that he doesn't know because he'll kind of go back and forth on these things. He's throwing out possibilities. So I don't know if that's what she's doing, if it's really Alex Jones style, or if she's making assertions as though she knows. So I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. I can hardly listen to her.
That's fair. Me either.
I don't think I've ever listened to her more than a Fox News segment, because she's been on a Fox News segment. And even then, it's like, I'd rather listen to your voice.
Thank you. Yeah.
No. But anyway, like women's voices, you know how women's voices are? And then especially when they become kind of know-it-all-ish and on an ego trip. And
nasty. It gets the nasty undertone.
Yeah.
Makes you feel sick. Yeah.
So
that's kind of how she makes me feel, because anytime anyone like criticizes her, disagrees with her, she gets really nasty immediately.
She must be very talented though, because she has a major following. She have like 30,000 people watching live.
Yeah, I hear she's the biggest podcast now. She's beating Joe Rogan and like listening. That's pretty.
I can't imagine being interested in that stuff, or at least because I mean, like I said, I only have heard snippets, so maybe there's some actual information that's really great. But I know that the Israel haters were loving her, or have been kind of loving her and / hating her for years. So, not all, but some.
I mean, yeah. I've tried to watch a bit of it, but like I keep getting a bad feeling every time I'm watching it, and it's like all over the place, and I feel like there's so much speculation going on that I'm not learning anything. I'm just getting drummed up into something.
Yeah.
So I feel like...
Yeah, because you can cite... like it reminds me of the Epstein thing. You can cite all these connections that people know people and people been to this little St. James Island, but none of it really means anything necessarily. But people will surely draw conclusions. What makes you want to listen to it? Because you said that you've tried to listen to it a couple of times.
Well, because people are like getting sucked in. Like, I know some people that are really sucked in and following her and like are egging her on and think that she's, you know, doing the Lord's work right now and she's trying to get justice for Charlie.
Yeah.
I don't know or feel that that's the case just based on what I've watched, but I can only follow so much because I get upset. I don't know if it's me or what, but I was wondering if you'd followed any of it or if you had any opinion, because it has been so, I don't know, crazy and causing all kinds of drama.
Yeah.
But you've been ignoring it.
Largely, yes. They're connected. She seems to be lumped in with Tucker, whom I admire. I don't know what Tucker covers or what he talks about, but I have an admiration for him. I don't necessarily think that his coverage is always perfect because I don't know. But he's covered dumb stuff, in my opinion, like UFOs and things. And I don't care about that stuff. But, I mean, he's a journalist. He looks into things. Whatever, fine. And I don't know. And she gets lumped in with Nick, our future president, which is odd too. I don't even think he likes him. What's that?
He's never going to be our president, Hake.
Whoa, you say that. Remember when Obama said that about Trump? Something like that? Anyway.
Yeah, well, that was just cope. Everybody knew Trump was going to be president the moment he announced his run.
Well, so. Obama said it back in 2012, I think.
Okay, even before then.
Yeah, Obama was kind of, because Obama was trashing Trump because Trump went after him with the birth certificate shenanigans. But anyway, so you don't think that our future president may ever be president?
I don't think so, no.
But things are changing in a lot of ways. So I think anything is possible. I say it half facetiously, but I think that he is an inspiring figure in the almost on the level of Trump, honestly.
Interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I could do without that gal that you brought up, and I really don't think that she cares about Charlie. She seems like on an ego trip, like everybody else. You know, that's my take.
Initially, when it first started, I remember his pastor had like reached out to her and asked her to like tone it down, and she like flipped out and was being really insulting about the guy.
I don't know why you would ask her.
And other people.
I don't know why anybody would ask her would even try to talk with her. Honestly, I mean, I get that a lot of people, that she has a lot of followers, and maybe those followers may hound these people, but that's shame on the followers. And shame on her, but you're only feeding into it by trying to talk with an unreasonable, evil woman, or any person.
No, she's unreasonable all the time. I think some people, you know, if they're not aware that someone's unreasonable, they're going to try.
But I still don't understand why a pastor would ask her to do something like that, unless he already knew her. But even then, I don't think I would do that. Like, but anyway, you're right. He may not have had the common sense or understanding of human nature that asking somebody to tone it down, especially somebody like that, is going to have the opposite effect.
Well, anyway, yeah.
I think what happened with Charlie is what we know, basically, that this guy hated him and thought that he was a hater and justified his
Yeah.
murder.
Yeah, I think there's more details to how he went about doing it, of course, but I also think like the investigation is still ongoing, and I think when that's happening, we're not going to have all the details, and this desire to have all the details before like the police are releasing it, like why do we feel the need to know all the details or think that we're going to like that's going to do something? I don't know.
What occurred to me is that this guy who allegedly did it, and I believe that he did it, and
I
that
do too.
I believe that he could have done it all alone, acted alone.
Sure.
You know, and I don't know if he had the ability to hold that within himself and not tell people. He didn't. He certainly didn't afterwards. He thought he was going to take the secret to his grave, according to his text to his quote unquote roommate. So I don't know if he held it a secret until after the fact or if he confided in others. But don't underestimate the abilities of a capable white young man to do a great evil that's actually not all that hard to do in an unsecured college campus.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's the official story to me seems reasonable, so I don't know why I would speculate and want it to be more than it is.
Yep.
Because, like, an ordinary person is capable of evil. They don't need to be backed up by a bunch of, like, interests, let's say.
Yeah.
In order to achieve their aims.
Look at the 9/11 2001 thing. The box, all it took was some box cutters and a little plan and a little training, taking advantage of training from America.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
It didn't take much to get through the immediate security measures. And then it gave them the excuse to crack down on us with their so-called security. Transportation security. What a mess.
Okay. Well, thanks, Hake. I just wanted to see what your thoughts were about that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you taking my call.
Definitely. Thank you for calling, Terri.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. I did see a super chat from Popcorn. Not Popcorn. Sorry, Pork Chop. Sorry, Popcorn. Probably neither of you are really happy about being confused with each other. Pork Chop Express gave another Rumble rant before I even started my stream, saying Emmett Till, you know, I got a call that mentioned Emmett Till and some others, was just like his daddy, according to Pork Chop. Because Emmett Till's father was Joe Till, and he was hanged, I believe. He was in the U.S. Army or U.S. military, but he was messing with Paris gals in Paris, and he allegedly R'd and M'd, R-word, raped, and maybe even murdered some gals, or one gal, or a couple of gals. Not both things. Joe Till. Is that what it is? Lord. What is his name? Emmett Till's dad. Louis Till. Sorry. If there's a Joe Till out there, that's him? That can't be him. Why does he have that hat on? That's not him. Oh, maybe it is him. Louis Till was an American soldier who served in World War II after enlisting in the U.S. Army following trial for domestic violence against his estranged wife, Mammy Till. Mammy Till. Okay, so he chose... I forgot about that detail. So he chose domestic violence. And so he chose military service over jail time. But that wasn't really the right solution, turns out, apparently, I guess. I don't know. Because Louis Till... pardon me for saying Joe. Louis Till was court-martialed on 2 counts of R-word, rape, and 1 count of murder during the Italian campaign. Okay, so Paris, not Paris. Paris is in France, right? He was found guilty and executed by hanging at Aversa. Aversa, look at this beautiful place. If you gotta be hanged, hang me in Aversa. Louis Till was the estranged father of Emmett Till. So Emmett Till and Mammy Till, Mammy? Look at that gal, propagandist. No different, seemingly, from Trayvon Martin's mother, or Mike Brown's mother, or whoever other fake victim mama joining into the evil. I think that he was a real victim, maybe, but joining into the evil so-called civil rights mess, social justice lies, evil woman. So, estranged father of Emmett Till, whose murder in August 1955, alleged murder, at 19, I'm pretty sure it's a murder, at the age of 14, galvanized the so-called civil rights movement. Evil, huh? Because they did an open casket to show the world, this is what's happening, or what sometimes happens. The circumstances of Till's death remain largely unknown, though the younger Emmett Till, the boy, the young man, until they were revealed after a highly controversial acquittal. Oh, okay. The details of Louis Till's death remained largely unknown until they were revealed after the highly controversial acquittal of his son's murderers 10 years later. Oh, okay. There's a debate on the matter of Louis Till's supposed guilt concerning the crime for which he was executed. Oh, Lord. They're going to try to... You know, there's this thing called the Innocence Project, and they call guilty people innocent sometimes. And I believe in innocent unless proven guilty. I do. But these are a bunch of liberals, and communists are not to be trusted. People in general are not to be trusted. That's why we do the disclaimer, because you don't even know what the truth is here. 2013, a book documenting every court-martialed and execution of GIs? Oh, GIs. I forget what GI stands for, but it's cool. In North Africa and Europe during World War II, the lynching, some colonel acknowledges the lynching murder of Louis Till's son, but insists that even though justice was not done for Emmett Till's alleged murderers, the documents kept on the case by Judge Advocate General's Corps suggests that justice was in fact done to Louis Till. Okay. All these people in the 2013s and 2016s, nobody was about justice when they were researching in those days. You know, last decade, it was just degenerate propaganda. And all the decades, honestly, from back in those, from the 60s, and even in the 1910s. NAACP, propaganda. Some of it was honest propaganda. I'm sure there were factual propaganda, but some of it was, they cast it in a way that's deceptive, or that's pushing an agenda of victimhood and anger. So they're trying to say, oh, he's innocent. But anyway, go back to this super chat. George Stinney. Okay, so Pork Chop is asserting that Emmett Till was like his dad, who convicted doesn't mean he actually did it, okay? But it means that they said he did it. R-worded and murdered. Anyway, George Stinney, according to another guy whom Stephen from Maryland mentioned, confessed to murdering white girls using a railroad spike. Wow. Oof. Is that true? And he was allegedly, lynched or something. I don't know. George Stinney. I was like, I forget who George Stinney was. I don't know if I ever looked into that one. Funny how Mays and Stephen don't accept these legal decisions, but Georgia, Florida was 100% correct. That's right. People believe what they want, or what their evil heart is inclined to believe. There's a great point to this here. I keep on wanting to say popcorn. Pork chop? Which do you prefer? Pork chop, you know, the food, or popcorn? I think I prefer popcorn. But I like them both as super chatters. They're both quite interesting. Let's see. Ration? No? Yeah. Okay, so this is bugging me. Nice. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so 10% rational. We are 10% rational, not 90%. Okay? According to a Scott Adams, or a clip of Scott Adams posted by J.P. Lemons. Hopefully that's not something bad, okay? Let me repost this on X, the Hake Report on X, all right? So, the hypnotist reframing. People are only rational 10% of the time. Scott Adams says, Scott Adams being the man with cancer, who is a real American hero, a patriot. He's been on the Jesse Lee Peterson show and the Fallen State. Been on the Fallen State multiple times, right? Or at least once. I forget now. Was he just on the Fallen State again? Anyway, check this out.
This is the hypnotist reframe. If you're not a hypnotist, you probably go through life thinking that people are rational 90% of the time. 90% of the time they're just rational, but 10% of the time they get crazy. You know, everybody, you know, me, you, everybody. But the hypnotist reframe is that people are only rational 10% of the time, if that. Once you realize that people are irrational pretty much all the time, and that they rationalize what they did.
Yeah.
They don't think it through. They explain it later, and sometimes that sounds dumb to other people.
Yeah.
This is like one of those reframes that doesn't seem like a big deal, but let me tell you, once you realize that nobody's ever, well, 90% of the time, once you realize that they're irrational 90% of the time, then that tells you how to deal with situations. If you thought people were rational 90% of the time, you would try to change their minds with reason and data. Have you ever tried that? It doesn't work at all, does it?
That's right.
Your reason and your data?
Yep.
It's because you're assuming that you're talking to a rational player. You're not. Almost never.
Yep.
So instead you use persuasion. You make them feel a certain way. And if you can make them feel a certain way, then they will rationalize decisions that make them feel better. So remember, 90% irrational. And then you'll understand life.
Nice. Shout out. So that explains the blacks, the whites, the Bible thumpers, the anti-Bible thumpers, the flat earthers, the ball-tards. And it might even help you to realize that you're not rational too. If you're bothered by somebody's irrationality, how rational is that? To be bothered by somebody else being irrational, you know? I mean, I get that the country's going to HE double toothpicks, but even to be bothered by that, it means you're unconscious, unaware, caught up in something you're thinking is important. There was a great clip about this too from the church yesterday. I mean, this past week. What is it? YouTube.com. Oh, Lord. YouTube.com/bondinfo, right? What's a recent, I think this, where is this shorts? Boom.
They were saying
Okay, here, let me crank this.
it's something like the Republicans are better than the Democrats. I'm like, no, they're not. They're like, but the Republicans are Christian conservative. I'm like, no, they're not. And the person was shocked that I said that. He's like, well, what do you mean? I said, have you been paying attention? Republicans turn on each other as quickly as they turn on the Democrats. Just disagree with them about one thing, they'll snap and it's over. They'll turn on their own. And I'm like, they're both the same. Two devils fighting against one another, thinking that they know what is right. and no human being knows what's right. Do you know we don't know what's right? But we measure our life and other people's lives on what we think is right. We think we know right from wrong, and we don't. Really, we don't. And the only way you're going to know right from wrong, you got to return to right. The
Nice.
problem with Adam and Eve is that when they fell away, they only knew what was right. They had no conception of evil at all. They did not have the knowledge of evil. They only had the knowledge of good and no knowledge of evil. That's why the Father just told them, y'all stay away from that tree over there. Stay away from that knowledge, that tree. And they're like, okay. And then one time they went out and had some pot.
Ooh.
And Eve got ready to eat off the tree, listen to the serpent. Adam said, no, woman, don't do it. All right. She finally kept going back, and she believed it. And once she believed it, the lie, she now has the knowledge of evil and good and evil. And because she had the knowledge of it, she thought she was God.
She thought she was God.
That she could make decisions. Because she only knew good, there was
Nice. That's JLP in church this past week. People thinking that they're God, judging. Right on, Scott Adams, thank you. Nice. Not mice, but nice.
This is the hypnotist
Lord.
reframe. If you're not a hypnotist,
See, look at this. How did this happen? And I hit Command 0. It doesn't work. I wonder... I don't know if there's anything I can do about this thing. Nope. There's nothing I can do about it. It's so crazy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Reset. Oh, okay, there. There we go. Nice. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on over there with those people. I wanted to tell you about this. About I never liked this show. I never really watched it. I was sheltered as a kid, and I can't use this trackpad. It's crazy. Here, let me go like this. Al Bundy? You guys heard of Al Bundy? Now, I disclaim this TV show. I heard it was bad, but Al Bundy, whatever the guy's real name is, Ed something, he's like, I'm not actually Al. Watch this. And I didn't know that he was not successful. I didn't know that Fox 11, I guess it wasn't Fox 11 for all of you, but in LA it was Fox 11, was just a fledgling station. Listen to this man talk about his TV show, Married with Children. It's a degenerate 90s TV show, right? All perverted and make the man kind of look like a clown. But yet, even with his clownish beta self, he was more manly than the so-called men nowadays. But he's still not manly. So he was part of the decline when you guys think he's based. But check this out.
We never really felt like we were successful, though. That was the part.
There he is in this show. Laugh track. Well, my friend, he got married, and you know how they have the beginning, love and marriage, and it sounds like a Sesame Street trash can band?
The problem was, Fox was fledgling and
I didn't know that.
Fighting for ratings, and in a lot of parts of the country, they didn't get the show. So it was
meaning they didn't receive it. They couldn't even watch it. They hadn't even, many of them had not even heard of it because they didn't have the internet as much back then, right?
slow process. But the people that watched it were, very big fans of it. I mean, the ones who actually liked it.
My friends, degenerates.
And that was great. For a while, I had a little bit of a problem with it.
Watch this.
Like I used to think, because it was all, hey, Al, and I'd think.
This is the actor who played Al Bundy. So they would say, hey, Al. He had a little problem at the beginning.
Because it was all, hey, Al, and I'd think, I'm never going to work again. And so.
Because he's typecast, right? He's typecast as Al Bundy, this goofy dad in this degenerate show that everybody loves who watches it. And then the Christians don't let their kids watch it.
For a brief period of time, I can remember trying to, everybody that would say that to me, I would say,
I think he played a coach in one of the Prefontaine movies. Is that him playing a coach? I don't know.
my name's not actually Al. I would then hear myself saying this, and then you'd see, they'd be disappointed in that sort of, which I can understand, and I thought, stop doing that.
Yeah.
You're lucky to be working in this job, and you are this
Don't you
guy.
hate that
look
look?
like him, and that's it. And so then I sort of
Oh, sorry, I talked over it. He said, you are this guy, you look like him.
working in this job, and you are this guy. You look like him, and that's it. And so then I sort of, once I got over that and started to embrace the whole idea of that and not take it seriously, I was much, much better off.
Right on, Al.
We never really felt like we were
So
successful.
let me jump over to this part because I love this part. He said he's explaining that he used to have a problem being called Al because his name's not actually Al. He's all in his ego identity about I'm this actor. I'm Ed O'Neill. Oh, typical Irish. Is he Irish? Typical is in like all up on their ego and their identity. Well, typical human being, right? Why not just roll with it? He realized and dropped the identity about, oh, I'm actually an actor. I'm not actually Al Bundy. No, just have fun with the person who wants to have fun with you. Don't pop their bubble and
think because it was all, hey, Al, and I
Here, let me go back a little bit
I
more.
actually liked it. And that was great. For a while, I had a little bit of a problem with it. Like I used to think, because it was all, hey, Al, and I'd think, I'm never going to work again. And so for a brief period of time, I can remember trying to, everybody that would say that to me, I would say, my name's not actually Al. I would then hear myself saying this, and then you'd see, they'd be disappointed in that sort of, which I can understand, and I thought, stop doing that. You're lucky to be working in this job, and you are this guy. You look like him, and that's it. And so then I sort of, once I got over that and started to embrace the whole idea of that and not take it seriously, I was much, much better off.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I thought that was nice. Deep. All right, so, credit to the ladies. I have to give credit to this lady, this gal. Incidentally, she's Jewish and very high verbal IQ, apparently. Laura Loomer. It was Laura Loomer's nickname. She came up with it. Laura Loomer is a gal who was on the Jesse Lee Peterson show years ago. She calls herself an investigative journalist, founder of something or other, and other things. Project Veritas. Hey, wait, was she originally with him? Did she get trained by James O'Keefe or whatever that guy's name is? Speaking of Irishmen, is O'Keefe Irish? America First Feisty Jewess, meaning a woman Jew, a Jew gal, Jewish gal. And so she's all, over the weekend, President Trump told me he, quote, had to plagiarize, unquote. My nickname, states Laura on X. Of course, referring to Marjorie Traitor Green, the name I've used for years because he loved it so much, laughing with sweat. All proud of herself. Marjorie Traitor Green is a great disgrace to our great Republican Party, stated Trump on Truth Social, I guess. Obviously, I told Trump he can borrow my nickname for MTG permanently. We had a good laugh. We've been warning about MTG for years while she lied about having a relationship. The world. Pardon me, guys. Look at this. I'm such a boomer. Relationship with Trump and fighting against it is bad. Just call me Al Bundy trying to fight against reality. Lied about having a great relationship with Trump. Meanwhile, he literally said he can't take her ranting calls anymore, and he dropped his endorsement of her while she was busy kissing up to Democrats like Bill Maher and the women on the View. Trump didn't turn on her. He finally saw what I've been saying for years, stated Laura. Laura Loomer, a woman. A woman sometimes can see through other women quicker than the males necessarily do. I don't know. And now the rest of the country, that's what I heard, right? I don't know. And now the rest of the country is catching up to how phony MTG is and always has been. There she is. I was used to her being blonde. Was she naturally blonde, or is she dyeing her hair black, or is it naturally black-haired? I don't want to unmute. Shall I unmute?
A True Social post as well. He ended up posting Marjorie Traitor Greene. First he said, I'm withdrawing my support and my endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia.
I know Laura Loomer from back when they were doing the Shakespeare in the Park things in 2016, 2017. And they were having Cesar, you know, in Julius Caesar, the Shakespeare play Julius Caesar, he gets stabbed to death by a bunch of senators, including his best friend, Brutus. And Caesar's like, et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus? Brutus, cool name. And he gets stabbed to death, but it had the guy dressed up as Trump. And so she shouts in, like, I guess, Washington, D.C., one of the parks over there or something. Stop normalizing the glorification of violence against the right and against Trump supporters. And then Jack Posobiec, another guy, I don't know if he's been on the JLP show, but we met him over in D.C. one time. People think he's a Fed. Maybe he's a good Fed. And I don't know. You guys are Goebbels. I prefer to pronounce it Goebbels, but it's probably not even Goebbels. Goebbels. Goebbels or something like that. One of that Nazi guy that killed or tortured or enjoyed people in pain or something. I don't know. Allegedly. Legendary. Alleged legend. Huh. Interesting. So that's what I know her from. That's Laura Loomer. Hadn't heard her voice in a long time. What's funny is it's less naturally nice sounding than that gal's whom I can't listen to. You know, Candace has like a nice voice, actually. But it's the spirit that's coming through that makes the nice voice ugly. You know, when you have a pretty girlfriend and then she turns ugly on the inside and you can't stand the look of her or something. I don't know. Never mind. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Laura Loomer coined the MTG nickname. Traitor. Very nice. But shout out to Marjorie. These gals. They just love taking each other down. Let me get to back to some calls here. ALVA out of New York. ALVA, thank you for calling and holding there. What's up?
Hi.
Hey. First time
Hi,
caller.
Hake. So I have a question. So I've been following you guys, Jesse and everybody, the Anchor Baby, for years now. Since I used to watch The Fallen State first, and then I started following all of you around 2021, and I used to watch every day. I stopped watching about 2 to 3 months ago. Once I started to see everything that was happening with the Epstein files and how Jesse was approaching that situation, defending Trump and defending things that I think are undefendable, and you too. So that's why I started to watch. I stopped watching because I felt like it was just too much. It was very hypocritical on your end. So now I decided to watch today, and I was wondering, how are you feeling about the whole situation that's happening, and how do you feel about Nick Fuentes, since he is such an they call him anti-Semite. So I want to know, how do you feel about him? And how do you feel about everything that's going on now that we have realized that Trump is Israel first, America first? I know that you used to like Marjorie Taylor Greene and
yeah, the queen.
So what's going on now? What are you guys up to? How do you feel about this whole situation? Because I feel like a lot of us that were Trump supporters are turning, and we're no longer following that. And I want to know how you guys are feeling about it.
Well, I totally love our future president, and I totally love our current president. What do you mean by hypocritical? What's hypocritical?
Well, when you guys try to defend Trump and say and follow up with when he said that it's a hoax, the Epstein files is a Democrat hoax.
Yeah.
And he tries to act
Isn't
like
that
it's
true?
not a big deal. Well, I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure about one thing or the other, but I know that.
Did you notice that the Democrats are jumping on it?
Well, everybody's jumping on it at this
Right,
point.
and so with
But
the
I see that
Democrats
he's
jumping on it,
changing.
just stay with me on this hoax, the Democrat hoax claim that Trump made. The fact that the Democrats jumped on it, don't you think that that makes that their whole claim about it is fake?
Well, no, I think it's both parts are involved. I think
No, but how
Democrats
about we're
and
talking about the
Republicans.
Democrats? Are the Democrats fake in pretending to care about the Epstein thing?
No, I don't think they care.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So it's a
I don't
so it
think
is a
the
Democrat
Republicans
hoax.
care either.
What's that?
I don't think the Republicans care either. I think Trump was
Right, but the
saying
point
one thing and
is
then he
it's
changed.
the point is the Democrats and the media are all talking about Epstein because they're pretending like it's going to hurt Trump, and that's why they in their imaginations it hurts Trump, and in your imagination,
Yeah, that's one thing.
in your imagination it hurts Trump too, and so he called it a Democrat hoax, and you guys fell for it.
Well, no, because it's not my imagination. When it's not just that the problem that I have with him.
I know, but
Also,
but it is your imagination about Epstein because you don't really have any clue what really went down with Epstein, right?
But I have the fact that he changed his tone. He was saying one thing and then he started saying another.
He never changed his tone.
Yeah, he said that Epstein that he was going to release the files. That
He never said that he was going to release it. He said he would look at it.
Okay, so now we're just gonna pretend like that never happened.
He said he would look at it.
Well, we all understood because he made it clear that he was in favor of the American people knowing the truth about what happened. And then when he got in power, Kash Patel and all of those people, they were like, "Oh yes, we're gonna release the files."
Right, Kash and them were the ones who were running their
but
mouths.
Kash was doing what Trump told him because they all do what Trump told them.
Kash was not saying what Trump told him to say. Trump never said, "Put on your big boy pants and tell us who the pedophiles are." That's a Kash type of thing. He's not saying what.
We're gonna pretend like that never happened. Like they never said they were.
Wait! You just moved away you just moved away, Alva, from a lie that you said. You claimed that Kash only said what Trump told him to say. That's not true.
That's what they do. That's what they all do. And that and then when somebody dares to say something different, then Trump
Alva,
lashes out.
Alva.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, you go ahead. You tell me then. Inform me.
I don't know what Trump told Kash to say or not to say, but you made a claim that you have no idea whether that's true or not.
Well, my claim could be my imagination.
It totally is your imagination.
But it's not my imagination.
And what's the hypocrisy part?
No, the hypocrisy part is when we're all in the same page.
Who's
saying,
we?
Yes. Well, everybody. Jesse was was agreeing with that back in
agreeing
the
with
summer
what?
Before Trump.
Wait, Alva, agreeing with
Trump
what?
With the fact that Trump was going to release the files.
That is so stupid. You're such a liar, Alva.
Okay, so we're just going to pretend like we were like this conversation. Like we never really.
Alva.
It was never meant. Yes.
When did you ever hear Jesse talk about?
I can't give you a specific date, and you know I'm not going to be able to do that. You know that, right?
Alva,
but I'm not going to be able to give a specific date.
Alva, have you ever heard Jesse say, "Trump is going to release the Epstein files"? I'm excited about that. I'm on board with that.
I can't give you a specific date.
Did he? I asked you a yes or no.
But
I didn't ask you for a specific
yes,
date.
I probably
Did Trump?
heard.
Did Jesse ever say?
I think I did.
Did
Yes.
Jesse ever talk about Epstein?
I think all of you were on the same page, and you were.
That's your imagination. You are such a liar. You have no clue what you're talking about.
Many years.
I don't even
how do
believe you
feel
now.
About Trump being okay, so we can move
Alva,
on past that
no, we're not
because
going to move on. You're a liar.
No,
you're a total liar.
All a bunch of hypocrites.
You're a hypocrite.
And that's why I stopped following all of you.
Exactly, because you're a hypocrite. You're a traitor.
And you're not for the truth.
You're basically
you are not for the truth.
You're not for the truth.
When Trump messed up, you guys, you did not denounce that. You started defending that and making
JLP never talked about it.
Even
Alva.
saying that it was just a fun party. If Trump wants to have a fun party with friends and girls and they want to get with this guy, it's all okay. That's something I heard Jesse say.
Yeah, because
it was just
stupid.
a fun party with friends. It was just a fun party with friends. Making excuses for something that's completely unexcusable and not willing to recognize when something is wrong. That's not for the truth, and that's not for God. And that's why I had to call it out.
You don't know what you're talking about. You need to check yourself.
When I did not agree to get to
you weren't really listening closely, Alva.
No, I want to know, how do you guys feel about Trump being Israel first and not America first? About cutting benefits
That's another
for
dumb
Americans
too.
and sending money to Israel. How do you guys? I don't know if you guys get donations.
Let's
from
do
Jews.
one thing at a time, Alva.
No, because you're not giving me any answers. You're just trying to deflect.
Because you're not
so
shutting up.
I want you guys to come.
Alva.
To come clean.
Alva,
and
one thing at a time.
We are pro-Jews, and that's why we defend all of this, because we know that this all has to do with the pedophiles that are in charge and Trump covering up for them.
You don't know what you're talking about with that either.
And that's why I used to love you guys. I used to follow you.
No,
but
you never did. You're fake.
No, because I am for the truth, and you guys are not. And
I'm going to put you on hold. You got to calm down. You're just yapping now. Can we do this in an orderly way, Alva? Let's do it with one thing at a time, if you really want to talk. Let's see if I can bring her on. What do we want to talk about? What do we...
About Nick Fuentes.
Alva, you were still yapping. You were still yapping, but you were on hold.
It doesn't work that way. I'm literally talking. I'm not.
No, you're yapping.
No, I'm not.
I had you on hold. Did you know that you were on hold?
No, I'm waiting for you to talk.
So when I start talking, are you going to start talking?
That doesn't work with me. Those tactics don't work with me, but you can say whatever you need to say.
When I start talking, are you going to start talking?
No.
All right. So you lied about Jesse and me. We never talked about the Epstein thing. I said that I clowned on that woman before she killed herself, allegedly. We never fell for that Me Too crap and the every man is a pedophile crap. That's your total imagination. Maybe you lumped us in and you got us confused with somebody else that you listened to. But we've never joined in on the attack on men. And that's all this Epstein thing ever was just a big attack on men. And so that's fake. And so you're lying about, so you totally lied about that. And then
the Epstein files is just an attack on men. It's not really something that happened.
Yeah, you don't actually know you don't actually even know what happened.
Powerful people being in charge and being perverts and
see, now you're yapping.
It has nothing to do with that, right?
I don't know.
Well,
all right. So Alva, the second thing that you talked about, what did you talk about?
No, I'm saying I want to know, how do you feel about the Jews and Nick Fuentes, and I want to know.
I love the Jews. I love Nick Fuentes.
And how do you feel about Trump being Israel first and not
He's not Israel first. He's America first.
Well, so far all he's doing is to protect Israel.
You don't know what you're talking about. So when he's deporting illegals, is that just to protect Israel?
No, that's not to protect
all right,
Israel.
And so when he's imposing the tariffs, is that to protect Israel?
How is that helping us? Because I don't see my bills going down.
Is that to protect Israel? to impose the tariffs?
How is that helping me, though?
Is it
How is
protecting
that helping
Israel?
me? Because
You
I
said
still have
everything
to
that he's doing is to protect Israel.
No,
When he's,
you guys. I used to hear how you guys were a cult, and I didn't believe it because I thought
and so
Jesse had
ALVA,
the message.
ALVA, now you're yapping.
No, I'm
Now
not
you're
yapping. I'm
you-
telling
'cause you
you
don't
the
want-
truth, and you don't like it.
No, I'm
you
telling the truth, and you don't like
because
it.
You're a
You don't
hypocrite.
like it.
And also because you,
ALVA.
you know what you like? You probably get some donations from some Jews, and that's why you're okay with Trump doing what he's doing and protecting the pedophiles, which probably are a bunch of Jews as well. He's Israel
Are you
first.
are
he's
you
not
one
America
of those?
First.
Are you a pedophile, ALVA?
No, I'm not.
Then why are you making up stuff about us from
I
your
don't have
from
to
your
make. I
evil
don't have to make
imagination?
nothing about nobody.
You're
I'm
just
telling
like
you what
you're
it
just
is.
like
and
Marjorie
that's why,
Traitor Green.
You know, because I have my own brain, and I don't need people to tell me how to
You do
think.
not have your
That's
own brain.
Why when I started hearing Jesse lying about that and making excuses,
He never lied about
immediately
anything.
It made me wake up. But you have a
You
bunch
think
of
you're awake?
followers that have a mental problems, and they need somebody to follow, and they don't know how to think for themselves. And that's why when they heard Jesse talking all that nonsense, they still continue to listen. And I just want to let you all know, you need to follow God. No, he always says it all the time.
Are you following
Follow
God
no
when
man.
you're slandering us?
Follow no man.
Are
so
you following
when Jesse
ALVA? Are you gonna
starts
shut up?
lying and defending?
Put her on hold. She's yapping, making up accusations. Some peace and quiet.
The donations
She's
they
still
get from
talking.
Jews.
ALVA, you're on hold. Nobody can hear you, and you're making up fake accusations that we're people.
The undefendable.
Look at her.
And everybody,
ALVA.
please stop.
All right, I put her back on hold. Wait for her to finish. A little peace and quiet. That's the devil. Let's see if she's still yapping.
So stop listening.
Oh, Lord. Do you guys want to hear what she's yapping about? Or do we just hang up?
And you have no family.
Imagine being married to this and just, you can't turn her off. You can't just mute.
All right. Have a good day. God, for real.
Hey, ALVA. Oh, she hung up. She tucked her tail between her legs and ran. A hypocrite. A coward. Who's paying her? Satan is paying her on an ego trip. Thor mode, Trump in June of 2024 said, yeah, I would release them. But he also said, I would look at that. If you look further in it, he said, yeah, I would certainly look at that. You're acting like those people who went after Alex Jones Thor mode. Here, let me show Thor mode's thingamajigger. His super chat. Hold on. Trump was never into the Epstein mess. Oh, here we go. Fast forward that. Go over here. Thor mode says, oh yeah, I can't zoom in very well. Trump, June 2024, yeah, I would release them. And if you search this Thor mode, I bet you there's more to it. He said I would look at it. Here, let's see. He said, yeah, I would, when he was asked. Not something that he campaigned on. Fox and Friends, would you declassify the Epstein files? Yeah, I would. There. Yeah, I would. However, the unedited answer aired later included a caveat. I guess I would. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff, because there was a lot of phony stuff that the whole world, but I think I would. I would certainly look at it. In your face, Thor mode. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. In your face. Trump is way more fair than you guys. Tell Tebriga. Who do you trust more, Fuentes or Trump's Cash Patel, Hake? Obviously, Fuentes. I don't trust Kash Patel. That's not Trump's Kash Patel. Kash Patel is his own wild-eyed person. Silly dude person. But I don't trust either of them. But Fuentes is our future president. If he says something going on, then maybe there is. But who knows what he knows? Because he'll make a claim and then he'll go back and, like Fuentes himself and Alex Jones. Alex Jones has said stuff and he's gotten sued for $1 billion over it. Ridiculous. Stupid. And it went to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court rejected him. See, this thing is not zooming. Pinch and zoom, baby. And then Nick Fuentes said, I'm a fan of old, what's his name? Stalin. And then it comes back, no, I'm not a fan of Stalin. People talk imprecisely. That's how people talk. So it doesn't, every word that they say, you're not supposed to hold them to it. Because people say stuff and they're speaking loosely and you don't know what they mean. And they mean in a sense, or they mean maybe, or they think, you know. When he said, hey, parents, the HHCOS didn't happen. And then he made the joke about the cookies, 6 million cookies. And it was so funny. And then when he's talking seriously about it, he's like, I don't know what actually happened, but it's, you know, questionable. So, same thing. Kash Patel is very silly. But I like him because you'll see Charlie Kirk in Valhalla. So I like Kash. But I like Nick more. Not that we play favorites. I love everybody the same. Nice. And it's so ridiculous. Here, you guys need to read more Michael Tracy. Maybe you guys need to read more Michael Tracy. How about that? Because Michael Tracy is exposing this Epstein stuff as a bunch of Russia stuff. Now, there's people like Ann Coulter who've been saying stuff on their things, on her Substack, that there's sketchy stuff going on and the FBI is incompetent. They had this female FBI agent who raided his New York home and safe and found a binder full of CDs or whatever that had stuff and names and things like that. And I don't know what it meant. And she didn't know what it meant. She didn't take it with her. And so who knows? But as the way it stands, there's no evidence to what you guys are talking about. And you're trying to link it to Israel. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Did you hear that old Huckabee met with that Israel spy guy? At first, I wanted to be like, oh, I like that Israel spy. Whatever, it's fine. So what? They spied on us. But whatever. I'm not into that. It's not right. This people-pleasing stuff. I don't like that. So I don't trust. I've never really liked or trusted Huckabee all that much. Or his daughter. They're nice. But that's the problem. That's old, I think. That's old. That's old. That's funny. That's old. I'm looking at these chats. Okay, yeah, this is where we left off. Okay. Eric with 5 coffees. Thanks again, Thor Mode and you other guy. What did the other guy say? I forget what he said now. Oh, who do I like more? Yeah, I do not trust Kash Patel in either direction. Put on your big boy pants. I think he was yapping like he knew what he was talking about because he's like a grandstander type of a guy, I think. He's excitable. So Trump selectively quoted. And NJF versus Valhalla Man. Valhalla Kash. Okay, Eric, with your 5 coffees, or 10 coffees. My goodness, thank you, sir. Forgive your mother. She did the best she could with the information she had at the time. I, and he puts it in a button form, is the devil, is brainwashing, is mind control. Who controls the flow of information? The media. Who is the media? It's the people who run the news networks, papers, social media, schmornography. He says porn. Hollywood, music, entertainment, banks, government, education. Who are they? Sorry, I'm not allowed to talk about that. So, go forgive your mother. It helps you see where our mother's brainwashing came from so we can identify the source of ours. As society becomes more degenerate, women become worse mothers. It's important to understand why that is. Indeed, indeed. Yeah. If you overcome the mother, then you're not controlled by them or your own I, fake self, all puffed up on your ego, thinking that you know. That woman, ALVA, did not understand Jesse's spiritual message. She's a phony woman and just into politics. And there's nothing worse than a phony woman who's just into politics. I is the devil. She's full of herself. She's full of the devil. Cesar or Cesar, 3 coffees. Sup, Hake, gotta love that AJ Gallardo, double L actually. So it ought to be Gallardo. A version, it always sets the mood for the weekend. Regarding Candy Owens, the last thing I saw about her was that she labeled one of her recent streams, "Did Charlie Kirk die for me?" Almost like imply he sacrificed himself so she can live on. Laughing face with tears coming out. This chick is full of herself. Hey, there's that phrase. Full of BS, bogus speech. Hake, did you appreciate the double entendre I just did? LOL. I'm not trying to be negative or dish out hate with this question, but remember just before Trump won the presidency, didn't he mention he was going to end both wars that are still going on? Laughing face with tears. Yeah, in 24 hours. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, like within the week of him becoming president? Yeah, he did. Be safe over the weekend, everybody. Celebration hands. But sometimes these Russians and Ukrainians are intent on fighting. And sometimes these Israelis, especially under that, the dream team man, Bibi, and Palestinians, they are intent on fighting. They keep on fighting. Even during this ceasefire, they're fighting. Shooting, allegedly Hamas was shooting at some people or whatever. And then Israel just dropped a bomb on them again. Injured a whole bunch, killed a whole bunch, rest in peace. So they are intent. Trump can't control, he's not the boss of the world, although he's close. Maybe he is the boss, but these squirrely employees of Trump got to get a hold of themselves. Trump's not owned by Israel. Israel is owned by Trump. There's stuff in Israel named after Trump. Whatever. Anyway, nice. Thank you, sir. Cesar. Beautiful Cesar. Or Caesar. All right, and at this point, just call me Mike from Canada. All right, hey, look at my cat. She ain't playing. I want to say a big shout out to my ninja emoji, Derek. And he spelled it correctly. Derrick. That's the black one. When he spoke about the boomer and Gen X on Punchy TV, I was shouting, "Let's go!" Did you see what Jesse's little friend Roseanne Barr said about America? Remember when I told Jesse that these people didn't care about the U.S.? According to her, without Israel, the USA will fall. Eye roll emoji. Side-eye looking unamused emoji. What a beep, he says about Roseanne Barr. And please put the disclaimer you made on the end of Jesse's show. That was hilarious. Laughing faces with tears coming out sideways or, diagonally. Thank you, man. What, you like my disclaimer? So when I say I don't represent myself and info may be false. Yeah. I wonder what that woman thought about herself making up stuff and lying. She just glossed over it. Just glossed over it, moved on to the next lie. Cbill. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Cbill bought 3 coffees. Tucker and Nick are deep state, I believe. And it doesn't matter what Republican's president in office, there will always be complaining. Laughing face with tears coming out. Well, there's good deep state and bad deep state, man. I think those two would be más o menos deep state, more or less, here and there. I don't see them as... That's speculation, you gotta admit, Cbill. NJF and Tucker? Deep state? I don't think so. I think that they're... I think they both are very talented people, and nobody's his own man, but if anybody's his own man, it's the two of them, you know, out there in the world. Coffee is from Eric. Eric on ALVA. ALVA. Anytime I feel anything, I'm believing a lie. How I feel about anything is irrational. Evil. Why? Because only the ego feels. You do not have your own brain. Satan owns the mind. You don't know God. Be still and know. Shh. Praying emoji. Right on, Eric. Maybe that'll help somebody. That may even help me, Eric. Because I don't think it's going to help that woman. She's not intent to listen. But that's a true statement. Okay, let's hear. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm going to try. It's so satisfying when it works. Let me just do it with authority and confidence. Anyway. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana, says Terri. Indeed, Terri. Coffees. Terri. It does. Like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. And bananas don't really fly. But sometimes they do. But fruit flies are, Popcorn's thump keg. Quick follow-up on my coffee from yesterday about the great white hope scolding the female. Great clip, man. I appreciate that tip, Popcorn. Female reporter about a question that she asked him. Here's the actual clip of him saying that it was more about the way the question was asked as opposed to what she asked. I had the segments mixed up. Oh, okay, well, I'm glad that you shared this, the former one with me. He does say that she could ask the question nicely. Yeah, that does sound like Trump. Again, isn't that the kind of what you would call a female-minded mentality on the Great White Hope's part? Not necessarily, man. But because by nicely, he means like professionally. These women are not nice. They're just nasty. It's like ALVA. She asked the question the way that ALVA asked the question, and just wants to keep on yapping. All know-it-all-ish. And there's no truth in the premises of her question. Let's see. Totally in her imagination. Good riddance to bad rubbish, I guess. Again, this kind of female-minded mentality on the Great White Hope's part, if she asks the same question but changes her tone, would she get accused of being fake? She would get accused of being fake. Am I right? I don't know, man. Depends on if she's fake. You know? Popcorn? I honestly just think, and I may be wrong, that he has a problem with female reporters and when they ask him questions other than, how did you come up with this brilliant idea to use the term groceries on the campaign trail? Let us talk about that. Lastly, is MTG still the queen? Yeah, she's the queen of hell right now, though. But she's still a queen. But not as much of a queen as Ann Coulter. But Ann Coulter gets shrill, too. So I just don't know what to believe, you know? She's a research fiend, she has said. She researches like crazy. Reminds me of real Vincent James. Okay, so here, let's hear this.
Congress to release the Epstein files. Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. It's the way you ask these questions. You start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. And you could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched up. Somebody psychs you over at ABC. They're going to psych. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my
Okay, so that other clip had cut that part out, apparently, because this was included in it.
club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert.
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
Oh man, because in the other thing, she was smearing Mohammed bin Salman, and this guy fell for it. This guy, out of context, what is this, Thor mode? Is this Maddie B memes? It's another Thor mode? Is that you, Thor mode? Not to dox you, sir. Is that you falling for the contextless clip that clipped it out of context? That's redundant. The clip that cut out the part where she's all being insubordinate to the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Know your role, lady. Okay, so to answer your question, Popcorn. No, man, he is like that with the male reporters. He's like that with everybody. It's you. I feel like you're in your imagination. I could be wrong, man, but anytime Trump bashes a black woman, it's like, oh, he has a, not you, but other people are like, he has a he's always going after women or black women, or he goes after that other female-minded guy from CNN, formerly of CNN, Alex Acosta? I don't know. No, not that guy. Maybe that guy. I get these names mixed up. I can't. All these Latin names, they sound the same. Yeah, I don't think. She was all, if you show me the other one, here, let me see if I have my feed history. YouTube.com/feed/history, and you can check out what you've been looking at. Hopefully I've not been looking at anything bad. Okay. I think it's further down here. Where is the one with Trump? Trunk. How long ago? Have I really watched all these shorts? Somebody watching shorts under my account? Oh, this one's funny. This is Anchor Baby. Catch it, Anchor Baby later. Oh, wait. Why did it go back to
Hey, man, you're super chill. Can I give you something?
Yeah.
You're super chill. Hold out your hand. I want to give you something. Okay, here. Let me just hand it over to you. That's a G-word pass, my glizza. You can say the G-word whenever you want.
Oh, yeah. What's up, glizza?
What's up, my glizza? Right on, glizza. Hey. Right on.
What's up, my glizza? Yeah.
Dude, try it out. Dude, hard R. Go hard R. You have a glizza pass.
What's up, glizzer?
Whoa.
Wow.
He went for it. Hey, right on, dude. That's your G-word pass. Enjoy it.
Stupid ass glizzer.
Whoa! Anchor Baby. Don't encourage him, Anchor
Enjoy
Baby.
your G-word pass, sir.
Stupid ass.
No. G-word,
Hey, man,
not
you're super
N-word.
chill. Can I get...
there's another video in here that I really liked. I wonder if I can find my own. What Friday was that? Was that 2 Fridays ago? Man, oh man, he names them all the same too. Anchor Baby, come on. Okay, here, let me collapse that part. I don't think I'm gonna find it. But there was this video when he went. Oh, it was the Halloween. Okay, let me go live. Okay, when was Halloween? 21st? No. Okay, let's search Halloween. This is right here, right? Is this the most recent? 3 years ago, 2 weeks ago. Here we go. Okay. He was talking to these Oh, I can't really play this. They cuss. I think they cuss. Oh, okay. So right in here, this whole segment, it was funny. Okay, so cover your ears, kids, ladies.
How's your night going or day?
Incredible, absolutely incredible, especially now that you've joined us.
Oh, yeah.
That's classic. That's a classic.
Are
It's
you
a cheap
actually
one.
clocking it?
What? Are they judging me because I'm a hot dog? Do you think they're judging me because I'm a hot dog?
No, it's alright. I think you're alright.
Okay. Sorry. I get sensitive. I get sensitive. My brother.
We've met a lot of people who judge him because of his looks.
Yep, this is true.
Oh no, that's so mean.
You guys judge on judge on looks. You two judge on looks, not at all.
I think she crashed, but no.
So what do you think of us? What do you think about us?
Your food. Well.
Wow. Whoa.
No.
I don't know why you had to take it there.
Crazy,
you
huh?
See this? I want you to remember this. Listen, my Polish friend. I want you to remember this everywhere we go. You see this? I want you to remember this moment. This is how we got treated.
This is how we get treated. And he goes on. It gets even funnier, but they cuss and they're like, "Forget the hamburgers." Right on, Anchor Baby. Shout out. So, nice. Oh, yeah, why did I accuse that guy of Thor mode, of being Thor mode? Because it's pretending, because the way that this question was cut, it sounded perfectly reasonable, right? Why not just release it now? But you didn't hear the sass in her voice and the total disrespect in her voice. So it says the president got rage baited by a completely normal question, which is, it wasn't normal at all. It's not, unlike Trump, I do have a problem with women being all the talking and yapping. Popcorn. But Trump doesn't. He loves these ladies. But they're classless. It's not right. It's ridiculous. All right, so quick super chat from Jermaine there, looks like, right? Is that Jermaine? Hey, James 007 sharpshooter that never misses, or who never misses. Happy Friday, that female in that call. What a mess. That call in, what a mess. That female who called in, what a mess. Yeah, thank you, Jermaine. Terrible. She used to listen, but she wasn't there for actual repentance and knowing for herself and God and all that. She's into politics and speculation and slander. Terrible, huh? Imagine that. All right, so I'm going to try to get to all of your calls. Yeah? Oh, let me just double check Rumble. Let me shout out. More super chats real quick. Thor mode gave $1. No message. I mean, gave a super chat, no message. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you. You guys may turn out to be right, but I have a feeling that we will never know. You know, that's my suspicion. We will never know what the real truth is. And also, even if you find out a bunch of details, it sends you into your imagination about what went down, and it's nothing like what it really was. Hello, Jim in Alaska. Hello to the Pastor Chatelet and all the rest of you guys. Thank you again, Pork Chop, for your Rumble rant. Age of Inversion. Seriously, what was that we were watching? Anyone know? That was Anchor Baby, American Anchor Baby, who streams especially fun shows on Fridays because he's able to go for hours if he wants. After the Fallen State. And nice. Check it out. And he was talking with people in VR chat where they go in and have some, just talk with, socialize with people all over the world. So, yeah, check it out. It's kind of funny, especially when JLP does it. But Anchor Baby is no slouch. I'll tell you that much. He's funny, man. he was playing the race card on the blacks. Only it was the glizzy card, because glizzy means hot dog. I never knew until Anchor Baby came around. All right, the lines are full, guys. Let me talk with John in Kentucky on the line over here. Kentucky John, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Hake.
Nice.
Man, that girl had you frustrated, man.
Yeah, imagine being
Ava?
married to her.
Man, look, she had you turning pink and purple and red, all different kind of colors. You was frustrated. You had to mute her.
Yeah, because I turn red because I'm like exerting myself to yell over her because she won't shout out. Crazy.
You had to hide your anger, right?
Hide my anger?
You had to take a deep breath, lower that anger.
If you want to call it that, go for it.
Hey, but look, man.
You're in the anger thing, aren't you?
Nah, I don't believe all that stuff. I believe you have different emotions that you have to keep in check. I mean,
okay,
it's nature.
All right.
But anyway, the stuff she was saying, even though you call yapping, I agree with a lot of it.
I'm sure you do, because you fall for all kinds of lies.
Okay, you can say that, but
you do.
My point in calling is Nick Fuentes, your future president. He says the same thing she was saying. He says that Israel controls our administration. He says that Trump was in an active cover-up on the Epstein files, and he tells us how he goes through the details of why he had to say that, yeah, I'll release him. Like, he's really articulate on stuff like that.
Oh, so you watch him?
Yeah, I've been watching him a lot lately.
Nice.
Yeah,
but he's not as insane as that gal. I don't know what he knows. He makes claims that he may walk back later. He makes statements that may not turn out to be true. Just because he said it doesn't mean it's true either.
But what I'm saying, you call him future president for a reason, and he doesn't agree with any of this cover-up stuff that y'all doing and all this defending of Trump. He don't do that. He's on the opposite end of that. He's on the side of Avla. He's saying the same thing she's saying.
No, he's not saying the same thing she's saying.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Not even. Nick Fuentes never accused JLP, to my knowledge.
No, not
Hake,
JLP. We're not talking about JLP.
Of being funded by the Israelis or whoever. Mm-hmm. he never accused us of being hypocrites like that gal did. She pretended like we were ever on the Epstein train, like we were ever going after Epstein. You know.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Jesse ain't never said it. You've always said that you don't care about it. But I think that's being in defense of Trump so you can cover yourself on down the road.
Not at all, because Trump is not even involved in that mess.
Yeah, right.
There's no proof of it.
Trump, listen, they asked Kash Patel, they said, and they were trying to set him up, right? They said, is Trump's name in the Epstein files over 1,000 times? And Kash Patel, you know, they're good about how they answer. The answer he gave didn't even answer the question, but, you know, he said, is it in there 500 times? Maybe 100 times. And he just wouldn't answer the question because we know Trump's name is in the Epstein files.
It doesn't mean anything.
Okay? It does mean something.
It means nothing.
And you have pictures with him befriending Epstein.
He was friends with everybody rich and Democrat.
Yeah, but he tries to act like he wasn't friends with Epstein.
He wasn't. He kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. Did you know that?
Why do y'all? Yeah, I know that.
So then why are you pretending like there's? And that was way back.
I'm not pretending. Yeah,
you are. You're pretending like there's something there related to Trump, and it has nothing. It had. I was laughing off the Epstein thing before anybody accused Trump of being involved.
Trump wasn't laughing at all. He took his
he did.
He ran on it.
No, he didn't.
He ran on it.
Now you're lying.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
No, here you go with the lying stuff.
No, you are lying.
I'm not lying. He
Trump
ran on it.
Did not run on that.
So why is he losing most of his followers? Because they thought that he was going to give them the Epstein files.
He's not losing most of his followers.
Yes, he is losing most of his followers.
Not.
Okay, I mean, you can say that, but
he's losing the loud ones. He's losing the loud ones because the loud ones are loud about and complaining. That's like saying most of Hake's audience is flat earthers, just because I hear from a lot of flat earthers, or most of Hake's audience hates Jews just because I hear from a lot of Jew blamers. But it doesn't mean that that's most. It just means that they have something to say when they disagree. When you have a positive experience versus a negative experience at a place, you're more likely to complain than compliment. And that's how it is with Trump supporters. So I get that there's a lot of brainwashed young people who are caught up on their egos. And then there's some sensible people like Nick Fuentes. I consider him sensible. And I think that Cernovich is sensible, who are criticizing Trump on this Epstein thing. But I don't think that most people are caught up the way that you are casting it, or ALVA. I bet you that Nick Fuentes doesn't have the same feeling about Trump when it comes down to it that ALVA has. She's totally turned on him. I don't think that Nick Fuentes totally has turned on Trump. Because he's a man.
You said a lot.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Anyway, listen, from my observation, the people I know who are Trump supporters, some of them have turned their back on him. A lot of them are disappointed in him because of the way things are going. And then, that ALVA woman. Wait. My observation of your callers that call in your show, I don't hear some of the, true Trump supporters calling in defending Trump. It's like they're being quiet on the situation. But
what situation?
Last thing, because I got to go.
All right.
What is a lame duck president?
A lame duck president is when you are not up for re-election, so you can do whatever you want. You can coast. It's like when you're a senior in high school and you're pretty much gonna graduate anyway, so you just kind of relax and do whatever you want. You don't care. You're not controlled by hopes for re-election.
Okay, well, that's what Nick Fuentes calls Trump, a lame duck president.
Yeah.
So he's on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Well, he's the hardest working lame duck I've ever seen.
Well,
doing great overall. Doing what he can.
If you want to call him a lame duck, he's a lame duck. You know who else calls him a lame duck?
What's that?
The black lady that y'all don't like with the big mouth.
Joy Reid?
No,
yeah. Crockett. Jasmine Crockett.
Y'all hate her, boy. Y'all want to call her the N-word so bad. I know y'all do.
No, you're in your imagination. Is your name ALVA?
No, that's another thing. Can I say this, man?
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy from California, the black guy that I call Coon.
William III.
William. Him calling Mays a porch monkey.
I didn't like that.
That's over the line. And I don't like Coons at all. Jesse calling Nicki Minaj the nigger Minaj, that's what y'all call her. That's over the line. And,
you're taking that too seriously. Okay, that's two different situations. I feel like William can get a little nasty with Mays and these other callers. And he's just kind of making a show of being nasty. JLP, he's just being funny. It's lighthearted.
I don't look at it like that. I look at it as black people putting down their own people, whether the people are straight in the head or they're off the walls.
Right.
And also art's kind of falling into that category too, and that ain't a good feeling knowing one of my Israelite brothers or like kissing a white man's butt like William, man. Like that stuff I don't respect it at all. I don't respect that one bit.
Well, you got to get over yourself then.
We can see what kind of character those black people have by wanting to put down their own people with racial nicknames that white people give us.
And what kind of character do you have that you're bothered by that to that extent over being because you're black? It's ridiculous.
I like to protect my people, man.
But you're not protecting them.
Yeah,
that's all.
I am. I'm on the side of my people 100%.
I totally love Mays.
I'll never go to the white man's side. I'll never go to the white man's side. I know we got black people that sell drugs and kill people.
Do you believe I love Mays?
I sense that you do. I mean, you have a certain type of love for Mays. You have a certain type of love for Mays, and it's a show.
And
on a show basis.
And I definitely enjoy talking with that guy that I talked about with Emmett Till, Maryland.
Yeah, you like him too. And, Hake, I sense that you like me too. Even though I don't call a lot, I sense that you like me too.
Yep.
But I don't sense that you like William like that. And that's honest to God truth. I don't sense that.
Interesting.
I sense that you just like his cause because, I mean, he's a supporter of the show. But if, like, on the outside of the show, he's not a good person. He's not a good person. He don't have respect. He don't have good character. Like, he's just a old.
Well, pray for him. Do you pray for your
No,
these
I ain't
men?
praying for him.
Why
I'm not
you're
praying for
supposed
that
to
dude,
pray
man.
for your enemy? Isn't he part Israelite? He's a little bit Israelite.
But Maze is a nice lady.
Yeah.
And Steven is a nice man, and it's easy to see. And last thing, Mark, call in, man. I want to hear your opinion on the Trump situation, man. I want to hear all the stuff, and you ain't got to call in for Hake. Call in for the people that listen to you.
Nice.
And Hake, if he does call in, don't get in no back and forth with him.
All right.
And be disrespecting him and stuff.
Fair enough. I may pull out my puppet.
Well, that's fine.
All right. Take care, John in Kentucky.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. John, a first-time caller in Florida. I'm going to try to get to all of you guys, okay? John, thanks for calling and holding, sir. What's up?
I just wanted to put a few points in. I was watching something with about Megyn Kelly in the last day or so, and they were talking about she was making the reference to, and it's, I guess, technical, but it's a good point. Everyone keeps throwing around the word pedophile.
Right.
And if you look up the definition of that word, it specifically references abuses of prepubescent people.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking of. That it's not even the definition, the dictionary definition. That's what I think of is you like little kids, not like underage minors who look like they could be grown adults, just really young.
And because they even, regarding the age splits, I mean, here in Florida, they changed the law to this. I want to say if you're as young as 16,
yeah,
you can date someone as old as 24.
Okay.
Or if I'm not quoting that correctly,
yeah,
it might be if you're 16, you can date up to 4 years older.
Yeah. And
then that kind of works with, so 22 and then 17, 23, whatever, 18 and 24. When you're 18, it doesn't matter, but there's a specific definition to that, and he Epstein liked them after puberty,
right? He
but
liked
before
them developed.
the age of but before the age of majority,
right?
And then I've been talking about obviously Trump's position changing, and if anything, I think it's just like when he was feuding with Elon. They feud.
Yeah.
To get everybody riled up, and he uses it to his advantage.
Yeah.
And everyone says, why didn't Trump just release the files himself? Well, if he did that himself, everything that was in there that may say bad things about Democrats, it would turn into, he did that for this reason.
Right.
He did that for that reason, blah, blah, blah. So if he tells them he doesn't want them released, Trump derangement syndrome comes over him.
Yeah. Reverse.
Everybody says, release him, release him, release him. And then at the end, it's like, okay, let's do it.
Reverse psychology.
And that's how, I mean, it's like dealing with children.
Yeah. That's funny, man. Trump has always been on the side of innocence unless proven guilty. For example, remember when, I don't know if you remember, Mike Tyson got convicted of rape. And he went to prison for that. And Trump said on a late night show, made the late night show host nervous. I don't forget whether it was Letterman or who. But he said that guy was railroaded. This woman went up to his room at 1 a.m. or whatever time of night. And you don't think that she knew what she was doing? And then she turns around and accuses him of rape? He knows what it is to be falsely accused and convicted in the court of public opinion. So
Yeah,
nice.
and I like the way you phrase that, the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
Because that's 90% of it, and everybody wants the files released so that they can pass judgment on somebody.
Right. These liberals totally make up, and then some even so-called conservatives are making up the notion that Trump could be a pedophile. So ridiculous.
and they're the ones that sit there, and nitpick details.
Yeah.
And then they use that word that, if you look into the details, doesn't even describe it.
Right. Right on, man. Great call. Appreciate you getting in there.
Yeah, me too.
Take care, man.
Good talking to you.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
GREGGATRON over there in the Midwest. GREGGATRON, thank you for calling and holding, sir. What's up?
What's up? What's good with you?
Not much. Hanging out.
That's
Nothing
right.
is good with me.
Yeah, man. Can I respond to Ardene's call from a few days ago?
Yeah. About education and stuff.
Yeah.
Yapping.
So her whole thing was the school district doesn't support Democrats or Democrats don't support the school district.
She's like, teachers
Which one
unions.
was it?
I said the teachers
Yeah, the
unions
teachers union.
hold back education. They mess up the education. And she claimed, no, the teachers unions are not bad. I worked in the education. I don't know if she was saying that they, and I said that the teachers unions support Democrats and all these evil policies that are messing up children. The gay agenda.
Yeah.
She pretended not to know what that is. Abortion.
Yeah.
Same-sex marriage. The illegals coming in and overcrowding the schools just so that they get more money. Because more heads means more money.
So I'm not in the teachers union because I'm not a teacher, but I work in the schools.
Yeah.
And it is super liberal. Everything from No Child Left Behind. That's when they just pass the kids along, regardless if they pass or not.
That was Bush. That was W. He was a liberal. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Standards.
In
I remember
Illinois,
standards.
They lowered the standards, so now you can pass with a D, whereas when I was in school, you could pass with a C. Now, pretty much a D is a C. You got that. You got the kids who fight. They don't get suspended hardly. And when they do get suspended, half the time they come right back, like 2 days later. You got kids destroying stuff. Nothing happens to them. You got LGBTQ books and flags inside the classroom.
Yep.
You got a lot of liberal stuff. I remember during the election, there were some Kamala Harris posters in some of the classrooms, but not one Trump poster or Trump flag in the classroom. So I don't know a lot about the teachers union itself, but I do know the schools are extremely liberal.
Yeah.
And they want to give the kids a hug. There's social workers everywhere, and the kids' behavior doesn't improve. Everybody wants a hug, and everybody is a victim.
Yeah.
And you know how you talk about kiss-up culture?
Yep.
It's like they do all these weird things to try to help the kids with their behavioral situation, but they don't understand that it boils down to what Jesse's talking about, which is the anger thing and the family thing, the household thing. So it's like they go about it in every way but the actual issue.
Yeah.
It's like they have good means. They want to do well, but they don't have a clue. You know what I mean?
I totally get you. Like what Jesse says after some of these mass shootings at these schools, the kids can't handle the mama spirit at home, and now the mama spirit is in the schools. It used to be men running education sensibly, but now it's women running education, so-called, intellectually and emotionally, irrationally.
Yeah.
What a mess.
You just have to see it. You have to see it because, like, if a kid gets in trouble, a high school kid, the teacher or the principal or whoever, the administrators, they talk to these kids like they're, like, elementary school kids. But these kids are as big as you and me, so there's just no sense of discipline, no sense of structure.
Yeah.
And it just gets worse. But real quick about what John from Kentucky just said. He said he doesn't like the C word. It's like, I love all my black people and all my white people. But when I hear people say they don't like coons, it's like, dude, it's almost like heartbreaking because they think we hate black people, but we really don't. We love all people. We just don't hate the white man. So if you don't hate the white man, you're automatically the enemy. But I love Rick, John from Kentucky, Jeremiah, Ronnie, all my black people, Maze, Tony, Earl. Like, I could actually see myself sitting down and having lunch with all these people, Joe. So it's like, we don't have a problem with Ronnie and who's the other one? John from Kentucky. But they really believe that we hate them. But we're not saying that we hate y'all. But it's like there's a dividing line between the pro-white blacks and the anti-white blacks.
Yeah.
And they see us as their enemy because we don't hate the white man. It's weird. But I could definitely go to the barbecue with any of these black Hebrew Israelite guys. Like, I got a guy in my family who is a quote-unquote black Hebrew Israelite, and he's like one of the coolest people. Yeah, I've ever met. You know, but I'll let you get to some more calls. I know it's getting short.
I appreciate it, GREGGATRON. Nice
I'll
word.
talk to you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Chase in Texas. I'm going to try to plow through all y'all's calls. Chase, thanks for calling and holding, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Hake?
Hey, nice to hear from you, actually.
Yeah, long time no see, huh?
Yeah. I hear you on Anchor, baby, all the time. I'm like, God, hang up. But I'm happy to hear from you on my show. It's kind of funny.
It's all in good fun, man. You gotta have fun and relax. So, hey, I'm gonna start this with a question. What do you think about Zionism?
It's hit and miss in my book. Like, if it's Zionism means, in my understanding, nationalism for Israel. You're pro-Israel, and you don't even have to be Israeli to be nationalist for Israel, because there's people who like Israel and there's people who hate Israel, right? And so you're for Israel, and you don't mind Israel even expanding and colonizing or settling or whatever they're doing. I don't know. And I don't know much about what's going on over there. I hear that there's some unjust things. I'm sure there are. But it depends on the Zionist. The anti-Zionists, in terms of the liberals, are the worst people. I mean, they're awful people. They're the Black Lives Matter, pro-Palestine, Antifa, Occupy Wall Street, destructive forces who hate whites. So I don't like those people. But there's anti-Zionists who are pro-white and pro-America and pro-Christian, broadly speaking. And I like them. Sometimes they don't like me. Sometimes they accuse me of stuff. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, you're talking about Zionism from a physical standpoint.
Yeah, I'm talking about Israel, the country. I'm not thinking about, oh, God gave Israel this land. I'm like, well, the UN did it. I think God let them do it, but I don't know if that's, whatever, they have it.
The UN is part of those secret organizations, so I don't know why God would trust them per se.
Yeah.
I don't really see you said Israel to spread out and become dominant. That would only be one aspect of the whole puzzle. I mean, the idea of Israel wouldn't be a physical idea. I think that's where a lot of people get stuck, and they're not really seeing it. I think people see it, but they don't see it. So saying Zionism, you're putting a label. You're putting a label on something and then giving it an identity, and saying this is it. This is static. This is constant. This isn't going to change, and this is how it is. As opposed to being truly open-minded or open to your spirit of what that could possibly mean. So Israel could be anything, really, as long as it's a group of people carrying on the original genes or ideology of that, which would encompass into the genes. Because I personally believe that the genes and the soul are pretty much the same thing. Like you've got the existence in a higher form that we can't see, touch, perceive, smell, taste, nothing like that. You can't see it, but you know it's connected to you. And in some form or fashion, that can manifest into something physical. We don't know what to call it. So we've made up religion after religion after religion trying to figure out what it is that created this, and we don't have the capacity to completely understand. So we're searching for that capacity. Doing that, we probably made up something like monotheism, which is one God rules all, and that's the basis of, well, one of them would be Zoroastrianism, which is very ancient and very much before Judaism, which is where we get the Christianity and all this stuff. But what would there's what
in short, what's your comment or point?
Well,
Just to wrap up.
Zionism probably doesn't have anything to do with a physical location. Anyone who's trying to make Zion into a physical location is already lost.
Zion is mentioned in the Bible, and it's perhaps meant to be like a spiritual thing. Is that what you're saying?
But you would have to understand what spiritual means first.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a lot of us don't have any clue what spiritual actually means, huh? Totally.
No, we don't. And it would be intense to be able to figure out what it actually means. It would take a lot. You to withstand the ability to understand what it means. It probably take a lot, and that's biblical. That's a thing. It says you see God, your brain's going to explode, and all this stuff like that. Why would it say that?
Yeah. Well, this is totally different from the pro-Zionist, anti-Zionist stuff. You're speaking on a totally different philosophical level about life.
Okay, but you're from what I'm hearing from you is you're explaining your own views of Zionism from a physical standpoint.
Yeah, and I never even talk or think about Zionism because I don't even know what it is. I hear the accusation slash embrace of the term.
It's a label.
Yeah, it's a label, and I don't even know what it means. I know that it vaguely has something to do with pro-Israel. And Bill Lockwood says that you believe God gave Israel, and that's not biblical. Gave the modern Israel to the Israelis, and that's not biblical. It's a heresy or something like that.
Well, it's biblical, but that's because that's the one that's explained, and it explains the physical form of Israel and what it was back then, and probably what it is now. If you want to say the Bible is timeless, then you're probably right, because 1,000 years from now, if the Bible still exists, which it probably will. You think we're going to have a new one, or you think we're going to reinterpret it? You think we're going to see more and change everything? Or?
People are always interpreting, man, and so it's a mess. I got to run, Chase. I got to wrap up.
Yes, sir.
It's good to hear from you, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye. And man, oh man, William 7 from California. William, how you doing, sir? Thank you for calling and holding, man.
Hey, I just wanted to say hi, and my idea of Zionism was everybody on earth getting along because we follow the natural law of God. That's what I thought. Zionism.
Interesting. Yeah, because Zion is in the Bible, right? And so it's supposed to be like a heaven on earth type of thing or something or other?
And that is after the after the big judgment and the 1,000 years and Satan's released, and then a new heaven and a new earth comes down. And that's what God tried to do a long time ago with Israel, but they failed. They killed Jesus. And now we're giving the Gentiles a chance. And once that's run its course, then God steps in and does it right, is what I think. But I could be wrong. But man, what a mess. Everybody arguing over Trump and all that. I think it's funny that, a reporter asked Trump a question about the Epstein files, and he just answers it during his election. And then that gets twisted to him promising to look into it and solve it when maybe he found out some information that we don't know.
Yeah.
So you're kind of right.
That's true.
We don't know.
You got to leave room for people to change their mind and all kinds of stuff. And it's not.
Yeah,
it was never
you're talking
a big
about
deal
the
to
elite.
me, I'll tell you that much.
Right. We're talking about the elite rich that get away with this stuff anyway. I mean, you have money to go to an island.
I got to go, man. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, peace out, man.
Take care.
Love you all. Shout out to Rick and Maze and other people. And hey, my friend, my Coptic friend in SoCal.
Nice.
All right, peace out, guys.
All right, bye. And the rest of the callers and these super chatters, I cannot get to you. Thor Mode said, oh, I had to shorten it because there wasn't enough room. I'll have to get to you later, man. He said this over here. Peace in the Middle East. The Fallen State is coming up next. Bye, guys. Take care. What a mess. So awkward. Let's come over here. I got to switcheroo over to the Fallen State. Bye, guys.